Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Camila Mukmin Rashad, and I'm an assistant professor of psychology and Muslim studies at Chicago Theological Seminary, and I'm also a proud visiting faculty member of Bayan Islamic Graduate School. I have the absolute honor of introducing you to Bayan 2022 graduate, Malaz Mohamad. I met Malaz in 2017, and what I can remember from that first meeting was someone who was very curious, dignified, respectful, but also seeking answers to really burning questions. And that curiosity and that desire to know has been a hallmark of my relationship, my transforming and exciting relationship with Malaz over the last 5 years. As a student, she is eager, she is willing to pose the really difficult questions, not only of others, but herself as well. She is a student who does the reading in a way that makes it personal, that makes it a process of reflecting on her own life and her own journey. And she brings that insight to the classroom and invites others to have that conversation with her. Malaz is someone who is described as a quiet genius, someone who is very, very confident in herself, but also willing to be humble and to seek answers to questions that are tugging at her heart, tugging at her mind, tugging at her soul. She is an absolute delight. She is someone who I'm going to miss as a student dearly, but I know that her process will continue. And I am certainly looking forward to being able to one day call her Dr. Malaz Mohamad. Now, I'm just putting that out in the universe. That's not something that she's shared with me, but her journey does not stop here. I see Malaz being able to represent both Bayan Islamic Graduate School and Chicago Theological Seminary in doctoral studies. She is a wonderful human being, a fantastic person, a really wonderful friend, sister, and she is someone that I'm also now excited to call a Muslim Wellness Foundation team member. She is my executive, my right hand. And so to see her growth as a young student, as an emerging leader, as someone who, inshallah, God willing, will also be able to take her learning, her experience, her expertise, and apply it to the world. I think we should all be excited and we should all wish her. Congratulations, Malaz. I love you, honey. I am so excited for what comes next. And I am just so proud of what you have accomplished thus far. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Malaz and I'm graduating with a master's in Islamic Studies and Leadership, inshallah. Very happy to be doing so. It's been quite a fantastic, is that even a way to say it? Quite a fantastic, it's fantastic journey so far with Bayan. I came to Bayan because I had reached my own sort of limitation in religious knowledge. So I work with youth. I work in the youth sort of services space, self-help, self-development space. I do a lot of coaching and mentoring of youth, hold halaqas. I do some parenting coaching as well. And I'm really passionate about this space of growth, right? The space of how do you grow and become a robust human being with a really well-balanced Islamic identity? How do you differentiate and kind of distill, figure out what your values are? I think for young people, but also for parents, right? How do you parent a teenager and hold on to yourself as they go through all of those changes and ensure that what happens at the end or what comes out on the other side is wholesome and healing for the whole family? And so in doing that work, I think I came to realize my own limitations or my own deficiencies in knowledge. And Bayan was a fantastic solution for me, a place for me to get back to, sort of the classroom without really leaving the workforce. So Bayan is fantastic in the sense that it's accredited, right? It's flexible. It's really made for those working professionals that want to deepen their religious knowledge, want to pursue sort of deeper, more critical scholarship while running full lives. And that worked out really well for me, alhamdulillah. I think Bayan combines this unique ability to be really personalized. Like I felt really personally attended to at Bayan. There was something really kind of personalized attention. I felt like I really got personalized attention in the way that I was able to plan out my semesters, and the way that the classrooms are really, the classroom numbers are really small. There was a lot of personal attention, and at the same time, I was learning from world-class faculty. I was really learning from the biggest minds that are in our community right now. Muslims and Muslim leaders, imams and sheikhs, scholars, that the vast majority of them I really didn't know, except sort of through the media. I had seen them on screens, and I had read their books or read their articles, but then I was able to, sit down, in the classroom with them and learn from them and ask them questions, and really, really, really get a sense of what the greatest minds in our community are thinking about and grappling with, and how they're growing and how they want to grow and nourish our community. And that's sort of the way that I think about Bayan. I think Bayan is really for those leaders, and there's those community members that want to be up to date in their skill sets and want to expand their knowledge, their religious knowledge, and have it be integrated with sort of the most contemporary problems, approaches, right? It's something like for me, I learned about the range and diversity of Islamic scholarship. I think, first of all, the most rooting thing that I learned, the most kind of rooting is the word that I use, right? Something that gave me a really solid understanding of everything else is the history of Islam, right? Learning about how we got to this moment in scholarship, how that happens, how you develop scholarship, the fiqh, right? The steps, how you categorize a hadith, how you look at sort of Islamic law, and the history. How do we got here? The scholarship and the ranges. That helped contextualize what Islam is sort of doing in the West, or how Muslims in the West are, or how the American Muslim landscape is. And that was great for me, alhamdulillah, because I get a lot of questions from youth that are integrating or are engaging with the intellectual productions, right, of our contemporary moment. And it helped me to be able to contextualize that and say, hey, this question is not new. Here's Al-Ghazali talking about it, or here's here's a hadith on it, or here's where we look whenever we're looking at Quranic verses. And it was absolutely fantastic, alhamdulillah. So for me, the experience has been really expanding. It's been a really diverse experience. I was in the classroom with imams. I was so humbled. So many community leaders, so many imams, so many directors of nonprofits, so many people that are really holding themselves accountable to a high standard of education and of engagement. And it made me really hopeful for the Muslim community and for everything we are going to produce and be in the future. And so I really recommend Bayan for those people that want to engage, want to give back to the community in robust ways, right? Want to be doing for the Muslim community what it needs. Those community leaders that are advancing their skill set and staying up to date with the challenges so that our community continues to heal, continues to flourish, and continues to grow. Jazakumullah khair for listening.